I figured for the vlog, I could come up here in the nursery baby free while Dad is washing her in the jumper and kind of go over our routine. Oh my gosh, I have talked so much. Hey guys, so we're gonna film our bedtime routine tonight. Actually, Rumi's bedtime routine. You guys let me know on Instagram polls that that's what you wanted to see, so that's what I'm giving you. Right now I'm just making some tea before Dad goes to the gym, and then we'll do dinner, and then we'll do bath time. Let's make a cup of tea. Let's find a mug we like. This will do. So I just steep some tea and I keep it in my fridge, which is why this looks cloudy. But once you add the hot water, it turns a beautiful clear amber color. And I just put the rest of this tea concentrate back in the fridge, and I enjoy a hot cup of tea before and after dinner. Cheers. Clink. So part of the reason I am starting a little bit earlier in the evening is because my bedtime routine with Rumi is to get her really played out before bed. When she was a lot younger, like a newborn, I would try everything but to overstimulate her before bedtime. But nowadays she's starting to like practice rolling and all these new skills in bed, and I try and give her the opportunity to do all of that as much as possible before bed so that her body's like physically tired out. And the rolling tends to, bless you, kind of keep her up at night. Sometimes she'll roll from her back to her belly and just like wake up and be like, whoa, where am I? So yeah, I have our little play area set up for her over here. She has one back here as well, and we just kind of go back and forth. But yeah, I have pretty much everything that I use for her here, like that playpen back there, the mat over here, the jumper. I will have linked in my Amazon storefront, and you guys can check it out there. I literally don't know what I would do without like her bouncer and her jumper and her play mats, because a big part of motherhood in my experience has been like trying to do things hands-free. And she wasn't a huge fan of baby wearing until recently. So these things have kind of helped me survive. But yeah, let's get to playing. Dad's at the gym and we're just gonna vibe out. I wish I would have caught this on camera because she totally just rolled all by herself from her back to her belly. She's getting so good at it. But I really love this mat. It's nice and soft, and since she's been it's okay. Since she's been practicing sitting up, she falls over quite a bit. Rumi, look, your ball. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the camera so I can have some actual time with her. But this mat is nice because she tends to fall and it softens the blow. Okay, see you guys after dinner. It might look like it's a different day, and that's because it is. I am still learning how to juggle everything and film, and yesterday I was also filming the vertical version of this video, of this bedtime video, for Instagram Reels, and it was just too hectic. I had a shot list for my phone. I had 2 tripods. I had this camera on one tripod, my phone on the other, which you can probably see my other tripod over there. And it was logistically just not for me. I'm sure there are content creators out there that can do all of it all at once, but I was overambitious. And then on top of that, filming a baby in the bath is difficult for a couple of reasons. One, I personally don't like to show Rumi's face online unless it's on my personal account with friends and family. So trying to get shots of what I was doing in the bath without getting her face was difficult. If you want to see step by step what I do in a short form content, I was able to do that for our Instagram reels and you will see that. But I figured for the vlog, since it can be a little more in depth and I can kind of talk through things as opposed to like 2-second clips of all the steps, I could come up here in the nursery baby free while Dad is watching her in the jumper and kind of go over our routine. So over here is her cute little crib, and the first thing we do is I bring her up here, put her in the crib, play with her, give her a toy, give her a stuffy, and then she kind of hangs out independently in her crib while I go turn on the bath and I run the bath. I have this really cute little baby seal thermometer to set the bath at the perfect temperature. And then while the bath is running, either I or Robbie will put her bottle in the bottle warmer. I have the Philips Event. I turn on the bottle warmer and the sound machine. We personally don't need that sound machine. We have a sound machine in the Cubo AI, which is our camera that we use. And speaking of which, I don't necessarily recommend that camera. The app crashes all the time. But anyways, the reason I use that is A, because we got it as a gift and it's really cute, but B, white noise is like a heartbeat. It has a few different options and it has a heartbeat option, which early on when she was a newborn, I was like, I don't know, that seems pretty, kind of like a no-brainer. Like she probably heard my heartbeat when she was in the belly. So, I don't know. I find myself almost falling asleep often when I have it on in here and I'm putting her to bed. So if it makes me fall asleep, it probably helps her too. Oh yeah, then I throw her towel in the dryer, get it nice and warm for her for when she's out. And then once that's all going, I'll oftentimes play like peekaboo with her in here. So she loves when I like kneel down. I'll have her on tummy time and I kneel down and I like go peekaboo and she absolutely loses her mind. I'll insert a clip of it here. Peekaboo! Oh my goodness. It's really freaking adorable. So once the bath is ready, I'll take you into our messy bathroom. So we have the Angel Care little baby bath thing that a lot of people have. It's really helpful, but she's getting to the point where she sits up in it now and I kind of have to coax her to lay back so that I can wash her hair. So we're gonna have to figure out a different solution for her. She's like almost at the point where I can just throw her in the tub, which is going to be both nice and also difficult because I don't know. I'm gonna have to get like a visor or something to wash her hair. And then this is the little thermometer I was talking about, which is in my Amazon storefront. That's also in my Amazon storefront. Everything pretty much is. We use this little waterfall thing to wash her, and then she has her cute little duckies, of course. We're gonna get her some more bath toys soon, but for now the little duckies seem to entertain her. And then I have the Aveeno body wash and the Frida Mom Cradle Cap brush. She doesn't have Cradle Cap, but she went through a period where she had really, let's see if I can focus on this. She had really dry skin, like dandruff. And I just put some coconut oil in her hair for like 30 minutes before the bath and I like scrubbed it. This is really soft, by the way, but it does have like a texture. I scrubbed her hair. This is to lather with. And then I used, it comes with this thing, which is kind of like curved like the shape of their head, and you just kind of brush it across their head. Oh my God, this is the worst video ever. And all of the dead skin gathered right here. And it was so efficient. Anyways, but even though she doesn't have that anymore, I still like to use this to shampoo her hair because I feel like, I don't know, it looks like it feels good and I feel like it's an efficient way to clean her scalp. And then I love to use this little bulb squirter that we got from the hospital when she was a newborn to give her a sponge bath to like get under her armpits and around her hairline so that the water doesn't like get in her face. Yeah, so those are all of the products we use in the bath. And then once we are done in here, if we're washing her hair, which we do like twice a week, I would say, we just do like a quick little blow dry. I have this really, really soft brush linked in my Amazon storefront as well. We use this to just kind of like dry her hair as we're blow drying it. She doesn't have a ton of hair, but she does have a good amount of it. So we kind of need something to fluff her hair out a little bit and get it to dry faster. And then once we come in here, we have her little drawer of goodies. So in here I have, like, you know, diaper cream, her nail file, all that stuff. But on a nightly basis, we love Tubby Tots. This is like a holy grail product. This is also linked in my storefront like everything else. Rumi had really bad baby acne when she was a lot younger. Yeah, so we went to the pediatrician when she had baby acne, and the pediatrician was like, you know, not worried about it. It'll go away with time. Like, just wait it out. And I don't know how you guys are, but I'm the type of person that, like, I like to be doing something. Like, if whether my dog is in pain or my daughter has like a rash or something, like, I like to be proactively doing something, even if it's like not super effective. Like, it just, for me, makes me feel better. So I scoured the internet, and all of the reviews I saw for Tubby Tots were amazing. People had photos of their babies who had baby acne. Now, I will say that Rumi's baby acne was really dry. Like, it wasn't a sebaceous type of acne. It was like flaky skin. I'll insert some pictures here, but it just looked really irritated, and I just hated to see my little baby with a rash and acne. And so anyways, long story short, I started using that. It went away, and to this day I still use it every night on her. And even sometimes I'll notice she'll get like tiny little bumps that isn't necessarily considered baby acne, but when I use Tubby Tots on her the next morning, they have vanished. And I actually started to use it on myself, and I have very dry skin. I look oily right now, and that's because I'm a very sweaty person, but I have very dry skin, especially like under my eyebrows, like almost leaning towards eczema, but not really. And Tubby Tots has changed my skin. I don't use it every night, but anytime I get those like patches of dry skin, I put it on, and it's amazing. So I rambled on way too long about that. So we get her on the changing table, we do her skincare, her Tubby Tots. I put it on her face and on her feet. For the feet, it's really more just kind of like a massage, like relaxing thing, not so much for dry skin. But I always have a little bit left over on my hands after I massage it into her face, so I just kind of give her a little relaxing experience and massage it into her feet. We put her diaper on, and then we put her sleep suit on. I have a couple different sleep suits I love to use. So what I have in my Instagram reel, you'll see, is the Magic Merlin sleep suit, which I know is really popular with a lot of people. You guys have probably heard of the Magic Merlin, and it's so funny. It makes them look like little like space cadets. And I initially got this for Rumi because she was getting to the point where she was able to roll, and I didn't want her like swaddled up anymore. I wanted her arms free, but I also like didn't like the really like thin halo sleep sacks with just a zip up and like sleeveless, because at that point, at around, I want to say 4 months, she still had a really strong Moro reflex. And so even though this didn't fully stop that Moro reflex, it kind of like softened it a little bit. And so we started putting her this since she was 4 months old, and she's currently 7 and a couple weeks, so almost 8 months old. And I'm kind of on the cusp of transitioning her out of this because she's very active in her sleep now. Like, she sleeps like a freaking crazy person. She rolls on her belly, rolls on her side, like will just flip into all these different weird angles in her crib, and will go the opposite way. And she's basically sundials in her crib all night long. And this is not the easiest thing to move around in. It's kind of meant to keep them like stationary as much as possible. But since she's been getting stronger and even more mobile, she's learned to kind of like roll around and move in this thing. So I don't know, I'm like on the edge of whether I should put her in something else or not. But she's a long girl, guys. So these are like, she has like this much ankle slash foot like coming out of this thing. So because I felt like that wasn't really giving her the mobility she needed, I got her this like wearable comforter that's a lot less structured, but it's still kind of like plush and soft. I wish you guys could feel this. This is the softest thing in the world. It's not as thick, like you can see the difference between like, this is like really cushioned and this is a little bit thinner. I wish they made this in adult sizes, you guys. Like I would wear this to bed. It is so, it's literally a wearable comforter. That's what it feels like. But it's also really big, and she kind of like, this also, actually, let me show you something else. I have this also in my Amazon storefront. It has sleeves that you can zip on and off. We took it off because I just wanted to give her a little bit more mobility. And they were a tiny bit long for her arms. Her arms kind of like, she kind of like loses her arms in this for now. I feel like I will put this on her in the daytime and not worry about it because I'm watching her the whole time, but I don't fully feel comfortable putting her in this overnight because I just hate the idea of her arm being like kind of like hidden or stuck in here and me not knowing to go and help her get it out. But I will say overall, this looks like it's way more comfortable than the Magic Merlin sleep suit, and I'm kind of excited for her to get bigger so that I can just put her in this full time because it just looks more comfortable. Oh my gosh, I have talked so much. What else? So we have the sleep suit, and then really I just sit in this rocking chair and give her her bottle. I'm doing formula most nights for her bedtime bottle just because I feel like my milk supply has gone down just a little bit, and I'm not pumping anymore. Honestly, it's a pain in the ass. I have no other explanation for that. It's just a pain in the ass, and I just feed her straight from the tap now, and she's fine with it. And she's still throughout the day, like I would say 99% of the day, she's getting breast milk from me. But I like to give it to her in a bottle before bed because I like to know exactly how much she's gotten before bed so I can have peace of mind that like if she wakes up a couple hours after me putting her down, it's not because she's hungry, because I know she got a full feed and I know exactly how many ounces she got. So yeah, and then usually at that point she either falls asleep drinking the bottle or she just needs a little help like rocking and stuff like that. And then I put her in bed, and that's the end of that. I will probably do a separate video on my sleep training journey with her. I don't always put her to bed asleep. I most of the time put her like drowsy but awake, which is a very confusing phrase. But yeah, if you guys want me to do a more in-depth and hopefully less chaotic video on sleep training and my experience with it, I did the pick up put down method. So yeah, I would love to gather my thoughts a little bit more organized and do a slightly more put together video for that. But honestly, for this video, I was like, let me just talk to the camera. I'm still getting used to talking to the camera and feeling not embarrassed. My husband is downstairs, and I don't know, I would feel weird talking to the camera in front of him right now. I'm sure I'll get better about that as I practice and as time goes on. But for now, I'm just going to be hiding into whatever room I can. So yeah, I am going to go hang out with baby and my husband, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.